Alright, good evening everybody, it's your boy Akeen and welcome to today's vlog. Here to continue with more scout reports on players headed towards the 2014 NFL Draft. For this vlog, I'm here to talk about Logan Thomas, the quarterback coming from Virginia Tech. Now, this player had so much potential back in 2011 where he passed for over 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. He intrigued a lot of people, including myself, and some people probably even had him going in the first round of the 2012 draft, but he decided to sit out and have 2 more years of eligibility in college football, and ultimately it ended up biting him in the butt at the end of the day. Now I'm going to talk about him a little bit of history from him. He's actually from the state of Virginia, Lynchburg, and he was actually the #1 prep tight end recruit coming out of the country out of high school, and he was a great recruit at the tight end position because he was a good receiver, and he did play quarterback as a senior in high school, passed for over 1,800 yards, many touchdowns, but he was more looked at as a slot receiver or a tight end, more as a tight end, the #1 prep tight end and #2 overall tight end coming out of the country out of high school. Now, and headed into Virginia Tech, he decided to become a quarterback, but sat out. He was actually redshirted as a freshman, and then he didn't really play in 2010. He was still behind ACC Player of the Year, then ACC Player of the Year award winner Tyrod Taylor, and he did not start until that 2011 season, where he actually dazzled a lot of people with his toughness, his running, as well as his athleticism, as well as his passing ability. He had so much potential to become a good quarterback at the next level. But for the next 2 seasons, he wasn't looking too good. As a redshirt junior, he passed for 2,900 yards and over 2,900 yards, 18 touchdowns, but 16 interceptions. Not too well. And in this past season, his numbers dropped again, just over 2,900 yards, 16 touchdowns, but he did have just 13 interceptions compared to 16 back in 2012. But he still struggled so much, and that was probably due to the loss of some key receivers like Corey Fuller and Jared Boykin. Those were 2 good targets for Logan Thomas and company. Now, I'm going to give you some strengths before I talk about his weaknesses. He is a well put together athlete. He's a tough player mentally and physically. He can even lower his shoulders and running the football, rushed for over 1,300 yards, and he does have the look that you want at quarterback. He has a long and tall frame overall. He is 6'6", 257 pounds, and he was also the fastest quarterback coming out of the scouting combine. He ran a 4.61 40 overall. Now, he has developed a thick skin and great toughness. He's a good player in the huddle. He's still a little bit confident in the huddle, and he stays pretty calm. He doesn't panic in front of his teammates. He understands that he has to be a leader. Now, he made a lot of mistakes this past season, but he still stayed calm and tried to play to this game at the best of his ability. Now, his weaknesses, I talked about how his numbers dropped this past season due to the fact that he did lose some key targets, but that is still no excuse. In order to show that you're a good quarterback, you need to show that you can display your skills around anybody around you, and he struggled a lot this past season, not because of the lack of the receivers that he had, but also some of his decision making. He kind of makes some risky and bad decisions and throwing the football. I think he has questionable passing instincts and a suspect field vision. Sometimes I was a little bit concerned about his field vision. He struggled for the past 2 seasons compared to what he did as a redshirt sophomore, and also, his ball placement and accuracy, his touch overall and throwing the football, not too well, under 60% when you're looking for a quarterback who's over 60%, and that was a major concern for me. Now, overall, what I believe about this kid, he is a tough kid, but running the football, durability is a concern to have a good running quarterback like Logan Thomas. He has had the athleticism, but taking the hits week after week, that is a major concern. I'm a little bit concerned of him being a starting quarterback in the National Football League. Now, overall, as a quarterback, I think he's a late 6th round pick, early 7th round pick of this year's draft. But I have a little bit of a surprise for you guys, and I'm going to tell you why I decided to give you a scout report on him. Because of what he did back in high school and because of his size and speed, I think he should convert as a tight end at the National Football League. We know what he could do. He could definitely get back into catching the football, and actually his first play at Virginia Tech was for a 2-yard score, and it was a receiving touchdown that he received from Tyrod Taylor. I think he should go back to become a slot receiver, H-back, or a tight end. I think he should go go at tight end. He has the size and the frame that you want. 6'6", 257 pounds, and a 4.6 40. That is pretty impressive. Now his catching skills, he needs to get back into that, get back into rhythm and catching the football. But I think he should convert to a tight end and not play quarterback. Now that is a little bit of a concern for me. I think he's going to be like Cordell Stewart and want to play quarterback and display that he could be a leader under center. But I think that's going to be a bad idea. I think he's a better fit as a tight end overall. So if a team decides to pick him earlier than the 6th or 7th round, I bet they're probably going to try to use him not as a quarterback, but as an athlete overall, mainly a tight end or a receiver, because he does have good speed and I think he could give you some good route run ability. He just needs to get back into shape at the receiver or tight end position, mainly the tight end. I think that should be a big step up for him and make the transition from quarterback to tight end. I highly doubt that, but I think this is going to be a bad decision if he goes to play quarterback. But if he does want to play quarterback, I think at the latest he will be a late 6th round pick, early 7th round pick of this year's draft. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys is tomorrow, where I will continue with more scout reports throughout this offseason headed towards this year's draft. Thank you for watching today's blog. From Pro Football Exclusive, I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.